Craig from bitsbox.co.uk. This is the first mission in our new campaign. The campaign is called the Tainting of Odessos. So the first mission is a 1500 point mission between Chaos Space Marines and the Imperium. We'll show you the armies soon, but first Jab's just going to give you a quick rundown of the narrative behind the campaign and also talk about how this first mission works. So it's over to Jab.
Hello, and yes, the Tainting of Odessos. The planet Odessos Prime is the sector capital of the entire Thracian sector. I'll say it properly. And basically, this world is in a pretty dire situation. Once loyal to the Imperium, unfortunately, one of the three hives, Hive Tertius, turned rebel. At the exact same time, the entire moon exploded, destroying the Sictir fleet in orbit and happened to have caused massive damage onto the planet below. And this was very bad news. Hive Tertius also at the same time launched nuclear armaments at Hive Secundus and destroyed Hive Secundus. Many Imperial lives were lost. But the loyal sons of the Imperium of High Primaris have held out. And this was 500 years ago, and they have still held out until this day. But luckily for them, Imperial forces have returned finally, with a crusade fleet of Space Marine chapters and many Imperial Guard regiments, and they are hoping to liberate these poor sons from the darkness that has been revealed to be the servants of Chaos.
So this is the Imperium side. As you can see, there's many Death Korps of Krieg and a few Space Marines. So Wayne will talk us through them more in detail. So we'll start at the front.
Okay, so we have a 10-man infantry squad with grenade launcher, and we have 4 of them. What's that for?
Yep.
Then we have 3 10-man squads with a flamer in each. With then 2 platoon command squads, 3 chimeras, my Death Rider Colonel squad with regimental banner and attached commissar, a squad of 6 Death Riders, and a 5-man squad of Salamanders with a flamer, and a 5-man squad of Raven Guard with a flamer. And then obviously this is the Governor, who is the main objective.
Yeah, so the main objective in this mission is to escort the Governor to safety, and we'll go over more about the mission objectives in a little while.
I also have a 5-man Grenadier squad with a flamer and a Commissar with power sword. Oh yeah, and a Hellhound with heavy flamer.
So that's 1500 points for the Imperium. So this is 1500 points on the Chaos side. So we'll start at the front here. This is Dark Apostle Zylek, the Architect of Despair. He just counts as a regular Dark Apostle, however he does have Psychic Mastery level 1 with the Gate of Infinity spell. This is to represent that he can open up rifts in the warp to travel from different places, pretty much. He is joined by a 7-man squad of Chosen. They're armed exactly how they look. So there's 3 power axes, a power fist, a melter gun, and a pair of lightning claws. We have 3 squads of plague zombies, 1 20-man squad, about 2 20-man squads, and then a 30-man squad. These use the plague zombie rules from the Imperial armor books. We then have 6 squads of cultists. There's 2 10-men squads, 1 with auto guns and a heavy stubber, and then 1 with close combat weapons and heavy flamer. Then there's a 20-man squad with 2 flamers and close combat weapons, and a 20-man squad with auto guns and 2 heavy stubbers. 3 obliterators, all working independently with the Mark of Nurgle. 5 Chaos Spawn with Mark of Nurgle. And then we've got this big beastie at the back here, who uses the Horospex rules from Codex Tyranids. So that's 1500 points of Chaos Space Marines, and they will get deployed and go over how the mission works. So over here we have a convoy of Imperium with tanks, guardsmen, and they're led by some Death Riders. The Space Marines are over there by the landing pad. So their primary objective is to escort the Governor off the board, or at least keep him safe till the end of the game. He is in one of the 3 Chimeras, but as the Chaos player, I don't know which one. The secondary objective is to control table quadrants, which we have these objective markers just spaced evenly throughout the board. So the Chaos, they're ready for an ambush. We have some cultists over here on this objective, and we have an obliterator up here. The Dark Apostle and his Chosen are hiding around this corner. Then round here, on this side of the board, we have more cultists. They're just holding this objective. We have some cultists over here, and another obliterator top of the building. As part of my Warlord trait, I get to infiltrate D3 units. So these zombies have came out of this sewer, and they count as infiltrating. Around here, we have another obliterator up top of this building. And lastly, a squad of cultists on this objective over here. Now this mission plays very similar to the Sewer Rats mission that you may have seen me and Tim play on a previous battle report. So we have all these sewer markers scattered throughout the board. Now this is where my reserves will come out from. So there's 30 zombies in that squad and 20 in this squad, as well as the Chaos Spawn and this big beastie here, who will squeeze out of the sewer somehow. Okay, so we'll go into turn 1. Okay, so the Chaos Space Marines have gone first, so we've come to the end of the movement phase, and I have moved this squad of cultists forward slightly. The zombies have also gone forward a little bit. And then over here, this squad of cultists have also moved forward. All the other squads have just stayed on their objectives for now. And Wayne got a scout move for his Raven Guard, so they've just moved along forward a bit there. So now we shall go into the shooting phase. So I'm going to fire this squad of cultists into this infantry squad over here, and I'll start with 6 shots from the heavy stubbers, hitting on 4s. Cocked one. So that's 4 hits. And delay toughness 3, yep. So that's 3 to wound with no AP. Oh, so just a one wound.
5 up save. Saved.
Flat. So 18 shots from their auto guns. And these are only strength 3, so they wound on 4, so 2 wounds. We thought might do more damage than the heavy stubbers.
5 up saves.
Or not. Wow. So the obliterator over here is going to fire a las cannon shot into the middle Chimera. So, and it doesn't hit. So this obliterator will do the same, but this time into the side of the Hellhound. So he does hit. And that should be a pen of just 2, which will go up to 3. So that loses 4 points. So this obliterator is going to fire his plasma cannon onto this squad here, and I'll go over the first one. And roll for scatter. So it's that way 3 inches, which could actually be quite good. So right there, so it just clips 3 of them. Choose. So that's 2.
It's 2 dead, isn't it?
So it's 2 dead, yep. Okay. So this cultist squad are gonna fire at the Death Riders as well, starting with the heavy stubber. Hits. And only toughness 3, so 3, so 1.
4 up save and 6 up feel no pain. Nope. So he has 1 wound.
Okay, so 8 shots, as one of them can't see, of their auto guns. I'm rolling well to hit now. And that's 4s, so 2.
4 up save and 6 up feel no pain. So 1 is dead.
And out of all the chaos firing, only 1 whole point was taken off the Hellhound and 3 Death Korps of Riders.
Okay, so at the end of the Imperial Guard movement phase, they've all reacted to the ambush, if you can call it that, and these infantry squads have moved forward, as has the Chimera. And over here we have more infantry squads moving forward onto these poor zombies. The Hellhound couldn't move, but the Space Marines have moved up, and over here as well. And then around here, these 3 remaining Death Riders, they got their sights on the Chosen squad. So, now we'll go into the shooting phase.
Okay, so order phase first. I'm going to do the Death Korps of Krieg special order, which is called Clear the Trenches, onto these guys, which makes their las guns assault 2, range 12, and gives them move through cover. So they have a leadership 8, and they passed.
Oh.
The junior commissar is going to do it onto, not commissar, the officer is going to do it onto these guys as well. So leadership 8, and they passed. And then over here, I'm going to do first rank fire, second rank fire onto them guys. And they fail. Okay. So Chimera shooting its multi-laser into the cultists. So hitting on 4s and wounding on 2s with no saves.
Boink.
And snap shooting the heavy bowler. 1 hit, wounding on 2s. Again no saves.
No.
This Chimera onto the zombies. So multi-laser first, hit on 4s, 1 hit, wounding on 2s. Nope.
Oh.
And snap shooting the heavy bowler. Nope. This Chimera's multi-laser into the cultists. So hit on 4s and wounding on 2s. 1 dead. So, and the heavy bolter at the cultists, so hitting on 6s with snapfire and nothing. The Raven Guard are going to shoot the cultists with their bolters, so hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s.
Oh.
So this squad is going to rapid fire into there, so hitting on 4s and wounding on 4s. Nice.
That's quite a lot.
Wow, all but 1.
7, 4 plus feel no pains. No, that's not too bad. Just 2.
Nice. Alright, so the grenade launcher from that squad onto him. And that's going to go that way lots. So 7 inches, that's just going to miss. So the squad with cleared the trenches is going to shoot the zombies. So they have 18 shots, hitting 4s. And wounding on 4s.
And 6 full up, feel no pains. And another 2 die.
Their grenade launcher into them, I'll center on the champion. And it goes this way 5.
Yeah. So that just misses.
So this squad with clear the trench is going to fire their flamer at them guys.
Okay, so that gets quite a few. About 7, yep. That, yeah, but just clips that one bases to make 7, yep.
So wounding on 3s.
Ooh, so just 3. 3 full up, feel no pains. So another one.
And the las guns into there. So hit on 4s. Wounding on 4s. 1.
Oh, so just 1. 4 up. And he's fine.
Okay, this squad's going to shoot at the cultists hiding back there.
Okay, so hand off with the zombies.
Hitting on 4s. Oh my god. And wounding on 4s. 1.
1.
3 unit.
So 5 up cover save is failed.
So salamanders at the cultists. So hitting on 3s. And wounding on 3s.
No, there's no.
5 up cover.
Oh, 5 up cover for that, yep. Which is passed.
This squad into the cultists. So hitting on 4s. Yeah. And 4s. 3.
So 3. I get saved for that. So 6 ups and no.
So this squad at the cultists. Hitting on 4s. Ooh,
That's a lot better.
they don't like that heavy stout guy.
No, he is in trouble.
And 4s. Ooh.
So that's 4. 6 up save. So 3 die.
These guys at the cultists. So hitting on 3s. 4s. 3s? I'm in Space Marine mode.
That's all pretty good.
And wounding on 4s. That wasn't.
Just 2. And 2 die. So that's half the squad dead.
Right, so the Death Riders at the Chosen. So hitting on 4s with their las pistols. Wow. And they need 5s. Wow.
So 2. 3 plus save. And 1 does die. I said that would happen now. I have to be the lightning claw guy. Okay, so just a leadership test on these cultists at leadership 8. Oh, and they do fail. So they're running 10 inches, which looks like it could take them right to the edge.
Okay, so these guys, because they had the order on them, they're going to charge. So they need 5 inches.
And they're definitely
they're
in.
They're just gonna come. And this squad's going to try and get in. They need 6 inches.
And they're in.
The Death Riders are going to try and assault them, so they need 6 inches. And they are in.
Oh yeah, so before we forget, we should Overwatch, so I'll start with the melter gun, which does hit. And we're on 2.
Cover save.
So that's fine. And then just 10 shots from bolt pistols and bolt guns. On 6s and just a 1. Which wounds.
4 up save. And 6 up feel no pain. Nope.
That just takes 1 wound off. And now they can get into combat.
So, Hammer of Wrath on 5s. Nope. So 9 attacks with the Hunting Lancers, hitting on 4s. Ugh. Wounding on 3s.
So they are AP3.
So that is 2 dead.
So 2 will die. Okay, so we'll start with the 2 power axes. That's 6 attacks hitting on 4s. So just 2. Wounding on 2s. Well, so just 1, but 1 does
Take the wound.
die. Yep. Then we have 2 attacks from Power Fist hitting on 4s. And that doesn't hit. Eek. And I'll do the last Chosen, who just has 3 attacks. And he doesn't hit. Okay, so we completely forgot that they have Zealot. So there was 3 misses from the axes to hit. So 1 hits and wounds. And 2 rerolls from the Power Fist, which do both hit. So 2 should kill the unit off. Okay, so that Zealot came in handy, which I did completely forget about. but they have won the combat, so they get to consolidate. And 5 inches.
Okay, so this combat, my first squad hitting on 3s.
That's a lot of hits.
And wounded on 4s.
Okay, so that was 4 up, feel no pains, so 2 die.
And the other 10 hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s.
That's a few more. And 4 up, feel no pain, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8. Okay, so just a 6 attacks back, hitting on 4s, so that's 3. And then wounded on 4s, so 2.
5 up saves.
So just 1.
And here we have the end of turn 1. Yeah, we have a nice little combat going on here still. Zombies are slowly being killed by the Krieg. And the poor Death Riders failed to kill the Lord who retreated. There's still a lot of cultists on the board though.
Okay, so reserve rolls. Start with the zombies. Nope. Spawn. Yep. Large squad of zombies. Yep. And finally a big beastie here. Yep, so everyone apart from this zombie squad comes in. So in this mission I roll a d6 for each unit coming in from reserve. On a 2 to 6 I get to choose which sewer they come up from. And on a 1, Wayne gets to pick. So we'll start with this squad. And I get to choose for them. With the spawn, I get to choose, and with this guy, I get to choose. So, I'll deploy them on the board. So this large zombie horde have come in over here. And the spawn, back over here. I'm just being a bit conservative now where stuff come in. Apart from this guy over here who's just going to jump straight into the thick of it. So before I begin the movement phase, I just need to do regroup check for these, and of course they don't, so they're just going straight off the board. So at the end of the movement phase, the cultists over here are going to try and join this fight. These cultists have just moved up behind the spawn. And then down here, these cultists are moving forward. So now I'll go into the shooting phase. These cultists are going to fire at the Space Marines. I'll start with a heavy stubber, hitting on 4s, so 1 hit. And wounded on 4s, so 1 wound.
3 up save. Save.
Oh. So 8 shots from the auto guns, hitting on 4s. That's 5 hits. Wounded on 5s. And nope. So this obliterator is going to las cannon into the Hellhound, and it misses. Great. This obliterator is going to plasma cannon this squad over here, and it's direct hit. So that's 5. And before I forget, gets hot. That's fine. So 2s. So that's 3. So this obliterator is going to fire an assault cannon to this squad. And wounding on 2s, so just 2. 4 shots from the Chosen's bolt gun into this squad over here, hitting on 3s, oh dear. And wounded on 3s, so no. Well, that was great. So this guy's got a grasping tongue attack, or grasping tentacles, so that he'll fire that at these Raven Guard, hits, and on a 2 that kills 1. And lastly the spawn are going to run 6 inches. So assault here, I'll just run off my charge distance. That's 11, so that's most certainly in.
Melee. Okay, so this melee, the attacks against the zombies first, so hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. 1.
1, 4 up. That is fine.
And the attacks against the cultists, so hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. 4.
And 6 ups. So 3. Okay, so there's 61 attacks from the cultists, so I'm going to roll them in batches. So we'll do the first 20 first, hitting on 4s. And then wounding on 4s. So that's 4.
5 up save. 3 dead.
Yeah. Okay, so second batch of 20, hitting on 4s again. And wounding on 4s. So that's another 4.
5 up. Just 2.
And the last batch of 21, hit on 4s. 4s again. And that is 5.
5 up.
That's another 4. And lastly, 6 attacks from zombies. 1 hit and 1 wound.
5 up. So these guys now need a double 1 to not run away. Nope.
Yeah. 3.
6. So I get away. And I go 10.
Okay, so the zombies get D3 models back because they wiped out a unit. And they get 1. So consolidation for the cultists is 3, and the zombies is also 3.
So leadership 8 to regroup, and they do. So the Hellhound has trundled forward to burn itself some cultists. The Chimeras have all decided to line up to take a few shots at the spawn. This squad regrouped into a bit more defensive position. This squad's kind of shuffled about a bit to kill some zombies. These guys have decided to kill the big beastie. There is a few Raven Guard in there to hold the objective. And these guys are pressing the advance on the flank.
Okay, so now we'll go into a shooting phase.
Orders. I'm going to start with first rank fire, second rank fire onto them guys. So leadership 8. They pass. I'll do the shooting attacks in a minute.
Yep.
First rank fire, second rank fire onto these guys. And they fail. Same again onto these. And they pass. So there. Doing that. And bring it down onto these guardsmen. And they pass. So the bring it down firing onto the mutalith thingy, hitting on 4s. And wound on 6s with Monster Hunter. So I get to reroll. Ooh, that's better. 2.
2 free up saves, and he takes a wound.
And the a crack grenade from the grenade launcher hitting on 4s. Hits. That wounds on 5s. With Monster Hunter. Nope. So these guys snap firing because they regrouped onto the zombies. So hitting on 6s with just 2. And wounding on 4s for 2.
And they get their feel no pain. So 2 die.
Okay, these guys are going to shoot the cultists, so hitting on 4s. And wounding on 4s.
Oh, that was pretty good. Was that 5? 6? And 6 ups. So nope.
So these guys are going to shoot the zombies, try and finish them off. So hitting on 4s. Not too bad. And wounding on 4s. For 3.
And 4 ups. So another 2 die.
These guys are going to shoot the massive plague zombie horde. So hit on 4s. And wounding on 4s. For 3.
And 4 ups. So just 1. I'll take that guy.
These guys at the obliterator, sitting up there. So hitting on 4s.
That's pretty good.
And wounding on 6s. Nope. The salamanders into the mutalisk with bolt pistols, so 3s to hit. And 6s to wound. Nope. And then the flamer will obviously only get 1 wound, so 6, sorry. Yeah, no, it fails. Raven Guard into the mutalisk, hitting on 3s. And 6s to wound. Nope. So the Death Riders, 5 las pistols, 1 hit, 6s to wound. Nope. And I'm going to try for a crack grenade at it. So 4s to hit and 4s to wound. No. So this is going to fire at the spawns. So multi-laser hitting on 4s and wounding on 3s. It's strength 6.
Yeah.
So 2 wounds.
Is there any cover there from?
Yeah, I'd say 5.
So 5 up cover. So just 1 takes a win.
And the heavy bolt is snap firing. 2
Ooh.
hits. 4s this time.
That'd be 5 because I'm toughness 6.
Maybe toughness 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like an Urgle.
This one at the spawn again. So multi-laser hitting on 4s. And wounding on 4s.
Okay, so is that 5 up again?
From this one, I wouldn't.
No.
It's hard to get the angle.
So 1's down to 1 wound.
Right, and the heavy bolter. Nope. Last Chimera at them. So multi-laser. 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Nope. And
Yep.
and the heavy bolter hitting on 6s because I moved. And wounding on 5s. No. Right, so the guardsmen shooting out the hatches and out the arrays at the mutalisk, hitting on 4s. And wounding on 6s. 1.
And a 3+. Nice.
And 2 hotshot las guns out the back of that one, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 6s with 83.
Also, he does take another wound.
So the heavy flamer hits 7.
Ow.
So 2s to wound with no saves.
That's 5.
3 alive. So now the torrent flamer will do that to hit all of them. And that wounds on 2s, no saves.
Ah, so only 2. However, they will need a.
Do you want to look elsewhere?
No, I don't think it's worth it. I think we'll just take him. So, leadership test over here. And they've definitely failed. That's a 12. And they fall back just to 4 inches. So they'll go over here. And then over here, cultists. And they are alright.
Space Marines are going to bravely assault the mutalisk.
Okay, so I'm going to overwatch with my 1 attack, which of course does nothing.
So So I need a 5.
Oh.
Nope. And then the Death Riders are going to charge in. They need a 3.
Double 1. Oh.
So 5 Hammer of Wraths, wounding on a 6. 1. Wow.
And a 3-up save. It's fine.
Okay, so the Death Rider attacks, hitting on 3s. That's better. And they wound on 5s.
And yeah, that's enough to kill him, because they're AP3.
Yes!
So our poor big beastie has just been speared. Okay, so initiative test now for the acid blood.
So initiative 3. So that's 2. So it wounds me on 2s. And then I get my 6 up, feel no pain. So 1 wound.
Okay, so reserve rolls for this final squad of zombies. And no, they're not in yet, which is unfortunate. Okay, so these guys attempt to regroup, and of course they don't. And they fall back 5 inches, so they're still just about on the board, but it's looking pretty bleak for them. So, while we're here, I'll recap the movement. The spawn now moved forward after this hellhound. The cultists over here have tactically retreated to hold the objective, whilst these zombies shambled up forward. As have these two. They're probably going to die to some Overwatch, but they got nothing else to do really. And then Zylek and his Chosen have just moved up to this barricade. Okay, so we'll start with this Obliterator. He's going to fire his las cannon into the side of a Hellhound, or attempt to, which hits. And that's a pen of 2 again, so can't move or shoot next turn, which is nice. So his other Obliterator is going to just fire his assault cannon into the side of it, so hitting on 3s. And then we need 6s. Ah.
That's fine.
Okay, so 1-6, and that just wrecks it. So this Obliterator is going to las cannon the central Chimera. Hits. And that's a pen of 3. There's 4 bolt gun shots from the Chosen. Stack these over here. 3 hits. And 3 to win, so 2 wins.
That's 2 good.
So I'm going to attempt to charge with these remaining 2 zombies just at this squad, so they get to Overwatch.
So las guns. 2. Wounding on 4s.
And 1 4-up. Nope, so 1 does go down. Ah.
And D3 hits from the Flamer. Does 2. Wounding on 3s. 2 more.
Okay, so feel no pain, so he goes down as well. That does he up there. Overwatch. Okay, so the spawn are gonna try and attempt to assault the Chimera. I might try and go for a bit of multi-assault, except however I will need 11 to get all the way to these guys over here, and I need 10 for the Chimera. But we do have fleet, so you never know. So 2d6. And that's 9. So okay, so a 5 or a 6 for this dice. We roll because of fleet, and it's a 6. So they do get the 11. However, Wayne does get some Overwatch first.
So from the hatch from the Chimera, 4 las guns, 2 hit, and
6 again.
No.
Gift and mutation, and that's a 6. And that's all their attacks are poisoned 4+, so they should be able to re-roll some wounds. And for random attacks, just a 1, so that's not too great. Okay, so just 2 spawn attacking the Chimera. And what? Do I re-roll that?
No, that's fine.
That's just 1 hit.
5 to glance.
5 to glance, and that's a pen. And we'll just roll, see what it does. That's a 5.
That is weapon
Weapon destroyed.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I'll just take off the heavy bolter. Okay, so spawn over here have 3 attacks. They'll hit on 4s, because only weapons score 3. But they wound on 2s re-rolling, so that's 1.
So 5 up save. Nope.
So just a 1. And
Alright, so the attack's back, so hit on 3s. 6s to wound.
wow, so 1 spawn dies.
Okay, so these guys have moved up to hold the objective. These 2 squads are going to try and deal with the zombie swarm. The Chimera shuffled up a bit. The Salamanders have decided to hold a landing pad. These 2 squads have decided to help their friends against the spawn, because they did really well last time. And the Death Riders are coming along the backfield.
Okay, so now we go into a shooting phase.
Okay, so orders, I'm going to do clear the trenches onto these guys. So leadership 8, they fail.
Oh.
And the same onto these guys, and they pass. So this Chimera is going to shoot its multi-laser at the Space Marines. So hitting on 4s and wounding on 2s.
And then 3 up. Oh no, this guy perishes.
So he's going to snap shoot his multi-laser at them. 2
Wow.
hits. Nice. And 2s.
And again, 2 ups. So that up 3 ups, sorry, they're fine.
And snap shoot in the heavy bolter. No. This Chimera is going to shoot at the zombies with the multi-laser first. So hitting on 4s. And wounding on 2s. And
Oh,
and snap shoot in the heavy bolter. 2
oh,
hits.
snapshots.
And 2s. 2 saves.
And 4 ups, and nope.
So this guy's going to lob a frag grenade at the zombies. And it goes that way. 6.
So I'll probably get more of them.
That was one hell of a throw that guy had.
Yeah.
So 4s to wound. And 5 wounds.
And 4 ups. So 2 more die.
Okay, these guys are going to shoot the zombies. So needing 4s to hit. And 4s to wound. That's 5 wounds.
And 4 ups. So another 3 die.
These guys at the obliterator. So 4s to hit. Nice. Wow.
That is a lot of
These
hits.
guys are crack shots. And 6s to wound. 2 wounds.
2. So 2 ups. Ooh. A 1 and a 2. So he's time to 1
outright. So 1 crack grenade from the grenade launcher hitting on 4s. No. So the Raven Guard in the building are going to shoot 4 bolters at them. So hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. 1 wound.
And 3 up. It's fine.
Okay. So, assault phase, these guys are going to try and charge the zombies. They need 6 inches.
Oh, they're definitely in.
They're keen. And these guys are going to try as well. They need 8.
They're not so keen.
So these 2 squads are going to try and join in. So these need 2.
Yeah.
And the other squad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll start with this combat. So I'm going to do this section of dudes first. So they're hitting on 3s.
And that's a lot of hits.
That wasn't.
Before I forget though, I do need to roll for gift and mutation in case I get the 4+ save. So I get a 2, which I believe is the 4+ save.
Okay, 6s to wound. And 1.
2, there's another one there.
Oh yeah.
So 2 4+s, so I take 1 wound.
Let's see. So the other half hitting on 3s.
A lot of 6s again to hit. Oh, wounded on 6s.
Come on, guys. So wound on 6s. 2 again.
And a 4 up. So I take another wound. So random attacks, I get 3. So 4s to hit. And that's not too bad, or not too great either. And then 2s to wound. So 4 wounds.
5 up saves.
Well, just 2. So that's actually a tied combat. Yeah, this combat could go on for a while, I think.
So this combat, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s.
That's a fair amount of wounds. And 4 up, feel no pains. So just 2. So 16 attacks back, sorry, from the zombies. They need 4s. And then wounded on 4s, so 3.
So 3 fire up, 2.
Okay, so these come in automatically, but I've got to roll to see where they go. So on a 1, Wayne gets to place them, and it's a 5, so I get to place them on the board. So 2 zombies over here as well need to roll to regroup, which they don't, and they're probably going to go off the board now, so yep, they're gone. Okay, so at the end of my movement phase, I've just moved these cultists back cautiously, just so they're holding on to this objective. The other zombie squads came in over here, bit of a risky place to be, but they are now contesting this objective for the time being at least. And then the Dark Apostles moved up with his chosen, just closer to this combat over here. However, I may try and just move him in the psychic phase. So the way we're doing it is he only gets his warp charge point. You don't get the extra point for his mastery level, and he gets 4 warp charge points. Okay, so I'm going to try Gate of Infinity. So I was only warp charge 1, so I might as well throw all 4 dice at it, and that goes off with no perils. So you can attempt to deny.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Wow, how about that? Okay, so we're staying put, so we might be attempting to join in over here. Later, this obliterator will las cannon Chimera over there. He hits, and that's a 10, I believe, of just a 2. So it takes another whole point. So this obliterator is gonna fire down this channel here with the plasma cannon, and it goes that way 3 inches. So that will get 3 of them and a zombie. So 2 plus. So 3 of them die, and I'll roll for the zombie. He also gets hit, and a 4 up is passed. But actually, no, he won't get his 4 up because it's strength 7, so of course he's just dead. This obliterator is plasma cannon this squad over here, and a roll for scatter. Get rid of this off screen. Oh, and that's 4 inches back this way, so that may end up hitting some zombies. So that will catch 3 zombies, unfortunately. So 2 of them die. So this squad's going to attempt to join this assault. They need 6, and they're in. Okay, so one of the chosen will get to attack before everyone else with 4 attacks with Zylek. And 3's to wound. Oh, so no wounds.
Yay. Okay, so the attacks against the Space Marines first. So hitting on 4s. Nice. And wounding on 5s. 1.
And a 3 up. It's passed.
Okay, the attacks on the spawns, hitting on 3s.
And of course I forgot gift mutation again, so that's a 4 this time. So that's just roll 2d6 for my random attack, so we'll do that when we attack.
And 6s to wound. Just 1.
So another one will take a wound.
And finally, the attack in the challenge, so he hits on 4s and wounds on 5s. Nope.
Okay, so I'll roll my 2d6 for random attacks, picking the highest. Ah, a 1 and a 2. So that's just brilliant. So just 4 attacks with the spawn, hitting on 4s. So it's just 2, but wounded on 2s. Ah, so just a 1 wound.
5 up. Nope.
So at least I do kill something. So with 2 chosen, there's a power axe and power fist. I'll just do them both together. So that's 7 attacks. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling. And then killing on 2s. So that's 5. And then in the challenge, that's 3 attacks. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling. So 2, and then just 2s. And now I get to roll on the Chaos Boon. So I'll do blue dice for 10s, and green dice for units. So that's 55. That gives my attacks instant death, which I'm not really too worried about. So the Dark Apostle can re-roll. So that's 63. And that gives him feel no pain.
Alright, so my leadership for the 2 squads left. Double 1, but I get to re-roll because of the banner. So no, and re-roll. So no, the first squad fails, and the second squad. No, they both fail. So the squad here of 6 got 6, and the squad of 5 got 6 as well. So it didn't actually matter.
Okay.
If you get 6 on them or them, they win. Well.
Yep, so... Oh! Okay, so I get consolidation moves. Spawn go 3, and Dark Apostle goes 5.
Okay, so my Krieg guys against the zombies, hitting on 3s. And win on 4s.
And feel no pains. So another one dies. And 21 attacks back from the zombies. Hitting on 4s. And 4s to wound.
5 up save.
So 4.
Okay, so down to leadership 4. And they pass.
Stay in. Okay, so at the end of the Imperial Guard movement phase, these Kriegers are surrounding these poor little zombies, and the Chimeras moved forward after them. These guys have jumped out of this Chimera. They look like they're going to go after this poor chosen squad. And the spawn have now got some Death Riders behind them. And then this Chimera over here is just shuffled around a little bit.
So this squad's going to get first rank fire, second rank fire. They need leadership 10. They pass. Over here, they're going to have first rank fire, second rank fire. They pass. And then this squad's going to have clear the trenches, so they get assault 2. And they fail. So this squad, first rank fire, second rank fire, enter them. So hitting on 4s. 4s.
And 4 plus feel no pains. So 4.
So these guys enter the zombies. So they need 4s to hit. And 4s to wound. 6.
And again, 4 up. feel no pains. So another 3.
This Chimera at the zombies, multi-laser hitting on 4s and killing on 2s.
Another 1 bites dust.
And snapshot the heavy bolter. Nope. So the hatch and the arrays at the zombies hit on 4s and wounding on 4s. Nope. So these guys are going to shoot at them. The dude's using a las pistol, so hit on 3s and 5s to wound, AP3. Ooh, nice.
So that's the 3 chosen, and 1 wound goes on to Dark Apostle. Okay, so I have a 4-up invulnerable save with Feel No Pain of 5+, which he makes. So he's hanging in there.
And the Commissar's pistol, so he hits on 3s and 5s. So normal armor save.
Normal armor save, which has failed. Again, Feel No Pain. So that's kept him alive. So that Chaos Boon has really come in handy.
This Chimera into there with the multi-laser first. Nope. And then the heavy bolter. Snap shooting. No. This multi-laser into the spawn. 2 hits and
Before.
4s to wound. 2 wounds.
So 2 wounds will go off that guy. So he's now also down to 1.
So the bolters at them, hitting on 3s.
That's pretty good.
And wounding on 6s. Nope. Las guns from the arrays, 4s to hit. And 6s to wound. Nope. Okay, so the 3 bolters that can see them, hitting on 3s.
Oh. What comes after Snake Eyes?
Okay, las pistols at the spawns, 4s to hit, and 6s. Yay!
So that one takes another wound, so they're all down to 1 wound.
So the Death Riders are going to charge these guys,
And they're
and
definitely.
I'm going to reroll that just to try and get further in.
Yep. I have Gift of Mutation, and that's a 1, so that's a 4+ save. And now the Hammer Wrath attacks.
Wounding on 6. Nope. Yep.
So I'll just roll for random attacks. I get 6. And we all strike at the same time, so I'm going down fighting here.
Colonel first, he has Furious Charge, so he hits on 3s. Oh my god.
Just 2.
And he wounds on 6s still.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does get a wound
With AP3 because he has Power Sword.
with AP3, so one of them dies.
The Commissar, so he hits on 3s. And wounds on 6s, AP3. So 1 more dead.
Excellent.
So normal guys hitting on 3s.
That's a lot of hits.
So 6s to wound. 1.
1, and it's a 4-up, which has failed. So 1 spawn is left, but they all still get their attacks, and they have 6 attacks each. So the spawn have 24 attacks back, hitting on 4s. So wounded on 2s. So they all wound. That's 14 armor saves.
4-up save.
Not many.
It's not bad. With 6-up, Feel No Pain. So that is 5. So 2, and a wound on him. Okay, leadership check, leadership 10 because of the Commissar and the Stubborn.
So yeah,
They're fine. So 2 attacks, hitting on 3s, and wounding on 4s. So 1 save.
and 4 feel no pain, so zombies are fine. Okay, so 20 attacks from the zombies hit on 4s. And wounding on 4s. Wow, so only 4.
5 up saves.
And phew, only just managed to kill him. And the zombies will consolidate. 6 inches. At the end of a movement phase, these zombies have just moved forward after these guys. And then Dark Apostle Zylek has gone over here. However, again, he is going to attempt his psychic power to try and get away. So he's just here just in case he fails. So he has 4 warp charges again. So, Gate of Infinity. Hopefully no perils. Oh, we do perils because we rolled a double.
But it is going
But
off.
it is passed.
I'm going to try and deny.
Unless.
Nope.
So it's not denied. Okay. So on the perils table first, gets a 4.
Psychic backlash. Suffers 1 wound / glancing hit with no saves of any kind.
Okay, so he just takes a wound, but he now gets to deep strike anywhere onto the board. Okay, so roll for scatter, and he's only that way 3 inches. Okay, so now we're going to a shooting phase, and he's going to run 6 inches just back on the objective. So 1 last cannon shot from this obliterator into the Chimera right at the back there. This gets a 5. And does nothing. Arrgh. So this other obliterator up here is just going to plasma cannon onto this squad. And it goes that, well, that'd be a direct hit because it was only 3. So it's 4.
5, sorry.
Oh, 5. And 2 pluses. So it's 4.
So 1, 2, 3, and then a 4 up in Van. Which fails.
It's going to heavy flamer into this squad, and he hits 4.
That's 4 dead.
4 dead. So these zombies are going to assault this squad over here, and Wayne gets Overwatch.
So hit on 6s, the green is for the grenade launcher. So 3.
Minus a few hits.
And 4's the wound for 1 wound.
And feel no pain. These zombies do not feel pain. My charge distance, and they're definitely in. And this zombie squad's going to do the same to this squad here. So again, Overwatch.
So las guns, and just 1. And wound on 4s. Yes.
And feel no pain is failed. Bloop. And for the charge distance, that's a 7. So we'll start with this combat over here. The spawn rolls for Gift of Mutation, which is poisoned. And for random attacks, if he gets them here, he has 6. So they really are going down fighting over here. However, the Death Riders get to attack first.
Okay, so the 2 power swords first. Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 6s. Nope. Normal Death Riders, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 6s. Nope.
So the spawn lives to fight another day. Oh, so 6 attacks back from spawn, hit on 4, so just 1, and wounding on 2s.
Yeah, I'll take it on the Lord. He's got 4 up armour. And a 5 up feel no pain. Nope, so he takes a wound.
So the spawn won that combat,
So leadership turn.
and they're fine. So it's assault over here.
So 7 attacks, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. 3 wounds.
And feel no pain, so another one goes down.
That's 2 less attacks.
17 attacks back, hitting on 4s. And wounded on 4s. Wow, okay, I caused 1 wound.
5 up?
5 up.
Nope. So the attacks here, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s.
Well, so that's quite a few.
Wow.
That's 6. And 4 up, feel no pains. So 5. 14 attacks back. Hitting on 4s. And that's not very many at all. That's 4, is that one of them?
Yeah.
So that's 5. And no wounds. So the zombies have done terribly in these 2 combats.
So this one moving through terrain, and it doesn't get immobilized. So he's shooting off to here.
Yep.
Right, so this one's coming up to try and contest that objective. This one just swiveled around to get a shot on the Apostle, and so did this one.
Okay.
So shooting this multi-laser at the Apostle, hitting on 4s. And wounding on 2s. Nope.
Oh.
At the Dark Apostle, hits on 4s and wounds on 2s, so 1 wound.
Okay, so regular save, which is fine.
And then the snap shooting heavy bowler. 1 hit. Wounding on 3s. Nope. So this tank's going to turbo boost up to here to contest. So the Raven Guard are going to take pot shots at him as well. So hit on 3s. They hit. They wound on 4s. 1 wound.
So 3+ save. And his feel no pain is also failed. So he does go down, so we do lose a character. And at the end of the game we'll go through what happens to our characters during the campaign if they fall.
These guys are going to charge in to help.
And okay, so I'll just roll for spawn on the gift of mutation. He gets 3, which is 2d6 for random attacks and pick the highest. So he has 5 attacks, but he does have no save.
The Death Rider attacks, hit on 3s. And wounded on 6s.
So
Yes!
Spawn does
He's
fall,
dead!
finally, but he does get his 5 attacks back first. So let's go against this little 2-man squad, shall we? We don't like them. So hit on 4s, so they all hit. And then wound on 2s.
Yeah.
So 3 wounds.
4 up save. And they're dead.
Yay!
Okay, so this combat, 6 attacks, hit on 3s, wounding on 4s.
So 2, 4 up, feel no pains. So 2 of them die. So 1 attacks back from the zombies. Hit on 4s. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But wounding on 4s as well. So that's 3.
5 up.
So number 2.
So that is tied. So this combat, the Death Korps first, hit on 3s. And wounding on 4s. 2.
And feel no pain, so another one goes down. So 12 attacks back, hit on 4s. And that's pretty rubbish. That's only 5. And wound on 4, so that's 2.
5 up save.
Oh. Sorry, stay in combat. So that's the end of turn 5, so let's see if the game continues. That's a 4. So we go into turn 6. Everyone. This obliterator here is going to las cannon into this tank here. And he hits. Any pens. Can you do something substantial?
6.
That's a 6, so it's immobilized. That's not quite good enough. But there are guys inside it.
Leadership 9 checks to see if they snap fire. No, they're fine.
Over here is just going to assault cannon into the Death Riders. So he hits on 3s. They all hit. And then he needs 2s with 6s random. So it's 2 random hits. And a regular wound.
Strength
6.
So he dies to the regular wound, and then I'll take on the Commissar. So 4 up Invan, saved and saved.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt to charge in over here with the Obliterator. And he's in. Rah.
So my attacks on the zombies, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, 2 wounds.
And feel no pain, they're fine. So I'll do the zombies next, with 7 attacks. Hitting on 4s. And wounding on 4s. So 3 wounds. What they need to obliterate?
And they're dead.
They don't.
Huh?
No, sorry, I said, well, they need the obliterator, but they don't. So, consolidation, obliterator, and zombies.
So the attacks here, hit on 3s, and wounding on 4s. So 4.
And feel no pains. Another one dies. 11 attacks back this time from plague zombies, hitting on 4, and wounding on 4s. That's 3.
5 up. 2 die. So leadership 7, and they're fine. He's going to try and move through terrain, and he doesn't.
So he wants to come over here to try and test this objective.
He's going to get a little bit closer.
Okay, so at the end of the Imperial Guard movement phase, these Death Riders have moved up towards the objective over there. And as we saw, this Chimera has gone over here to contest. And then these guys have jumped out over here. So now we're going to a shooting phase.
So they're going to shoot the cultists, hitting on 4s. And wounding on 4s. 4 wounds.
Okay, so they get a cover save from the runes. So one of them will go down.
He's going to shoot his multi-laser into the zombies over there. So hitting on 4s, and wounding on 2s.
So just 1.
So he's going flat out forward.
So we can contest this objective.
This is going to shoot the cultists. They can only see 3. So hit on forward with the multi-laser and wound on 2s. 2 wounds.
And their cover save has failed, so 2 of them die.
So these guys are going to run forward 1 inch.
They can re-roll it if they want, can't they?
Oh yeah, we have fleet.
No, 4.
So they'll just come up. So they're holding that.
Yeah. I don't know if we pointed out before, but with the objectives, you hold them within 6 inches to represent holding the table quadrants. So these cultists need to take a leadership check, and they're fine.
So this combat, my Death Korps will go first, hitting on 3s, wounded on 4s, 2.
And the feel no pains are fine. Double 6.
Double 6 twice in a row.
So 11 attacks back, hit on 4s, that's pretty good. And we are wounded on 4s. So that's 5 wounds.
5 up save. 3 down. Leadership 5. And they fail. So they flee 5 inches.
And we'll consolidate just 3 inches. Don't really go too far. Okay.
Come down to the obliterators.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see if the game continues. And that's a 4. Okay, so into turn 7. Okay, we forgot that these zombies have walk plague, so they do get D3 zombies back from killing a unit. So they get 3 more zombies. Okay, so at the end of my movement phase, I've moved these cultists forward to have a go at this command squad. And then these zombies are moving forward to try and just catch these fleeing guardsmen. And Obliterator's ready to take on this tank. So we'll start with the Obliterator. He's going to fire a multi-melter into this tank, which hits. So 2d6 armor pen. That's 5 plus 8. 13. So that's a pen of. Shall we roll that?
What was it?
That was a 4 or 6, so there's a 1, so okay. That probably would have been a 6 over weapon for the zombies. So now down to 1 whole point. Over here, the flamer is gonna get 3 guys. So that's 2. 6 auto pistol shots. Hit on 4s. And wounded on 4s.
Yep.
So just a 1.
5 up save. Nope. I'll look out, sir.
Yep.
Nope.
Okay, so this obliterate will multi-melter into this chimera. It hits. Another 6 would be nice. So no. This obliterate is going to plasma cannon onto these Death Riders. Oh, it's that way.
6. That's not the hit.
6, so well, that'd be 5. With minus bliss skill, but that's still way out.
Yeah.
So that's a shame. The obliterate is going to charge into this chimera.
Yeah.
And of course he's definitely in.
I do have a pistol out of the hatch.
Okay.
Hit on 6. Nope.
So he has a chain fist. So he has 3 attacks, hit on 3s. Just 1, but it's armor bane.
That's a pen.
And that's a pen of 5. And this was the chimera that the governor is, so it's Governor Garrick. So, unfortunately he's popped out way too late for me to try and do anything about him. But at least we now know where he is. Okay, so these zombies are going to attempt to try and catch these fleeing guardsmen. So, you get to overwatch first.
Yeah, so las guns, 1 hit, 4s to wound, nothing.
And now you've got to make a leadership check.
So double 1. Nope.
No, and they should get wiped out and caught. So they are now dead. So over here, these cultists are going to attempt an assault on the remaining 2 command squad.
So hit 1 hit and 4s, 1 wound.
And 6 up. It's failed. So unfortunately, flamer guy down. And 2's d6 for assault, so that's 9, so they're definitely in. So, command squad hit first.
Hit on 3s and wound on 4s.
And 6 up. So, no. Are they initiative 3?
Yeah.
So they'll go at the same time. Okay, so 18 attacks back. Ouch, that's not many hits. So, is that 4's to wound?
Yeah.
That's 4 wounds.
5 up save. Oh, they're dead.
Just. Oh. And then he's also dead, and we'll consolidate. Just 3 inches just back over here. Okay. So at the end of the movement phase, the governor's moved up here to safety with the salamanders. So these Death Riders are coming over here.
And this tank has trundled along over here.
Okay, so now we're going to a shooting phase.
Right, so these guys are going to try and run. If they get a 5, they can contest it.
They get
And
6,
got
so
6.
that's even better. So these guys can move forward to contest this objective. As we said before, you only need to be within 6 inches of objective because they sort of represent table quadrants.
Okay, this guy's going to just flat out.
So they claim that objective over there.
So multi-laser into these guys. So hitting on 4s and wounding on 2s.
So that's just
You get
any
t-shirt
AP.
save,
Nice t-shirt save.
I think.
So well, either way,
You have an AP.
either way they're dead.
So the Raven Guard are going to take 4 shots at them, hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s. 1 more dead.
One more dead. Chip check on these guys, and they're fine. Just okay. So that is the end of the game. And I think it's pretty much safe to say the Imperium have just about won this on objectives. So we'll just quickly tot up the points and then we'll be back with a little outro. Okay, so the Chaos hold one objective over here. These two are being contested, and the 3 objectives at the far end are all being held by the Imperium. So you've got the Salamanders and the Raven Guard on this one, and this Chimera over here holding that one where our poor little fallen Dark Apostle is. We'll see what happens to him very soon. So the Imperium do win, but at quite a cost. There's very little left on the board. If you look at our dead piles over here, it is just hordes of models. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we'll go for a little sort of narrative outro and also look at what happens to our Dark Apostle. So I think we'll start with that. So this is our character death table. So on a 0, the character dies. And on a 1 to 2, it's a major upper wound. So we'll lose 1 weapon skill and ballistic skill. There's 3 to 4 is a major wounded lower, which means he cannot run and counters moving through difficult terrain when declaring an assault. And then a 5 is a minor wound. So what a minor wound does is that it just makes the character a bit more cautious, so when they get shot at, they're at -3 leadership if they have to take a leadership test. And fearless characters have to take leadership test at leadership 10 if they're required to do so. And 6 are just knocked out, so there's no effects. And we also have modifiers, so -1 if they're already carrying major wounds, and -2 if the character died from instant death, and +1 if it's a major character. Now this Dark Apostle is not a major character, so we'll be seeing some of them later. So he cannot die as he wasn't killed by instant death, but he can get wounded, so I'll roll the dice. And that is a 4, so it's a major wounded lower.
Alright, we're just having a slight overview of the battle whilst I talk about what is happening in the narrative. And as the governor has survived, Chaos have indeed failed to assassinate him. More importantly, many people have died. The pall of death definitely has covered this quadrant of the city. Which, when the governor returns with more forces from the Crusade fleet, it is determined and rather puzzling that most of the dead are missing. Perhaps they are not as dead as the Imperium believes. However, meanwhile, at the same time, there is indeed a mainline fight going on, which we will see in episode 2, which takes part at the exact same time, and we will see what happens there as the Imperial lines get reinforcements from the Crusade up above, and the Chaos forces attempt to press the advantage. I hope you've all enjoyed this first episode, and we will continue the campaign. Any feedback, perhaps, is always very nice. So, thank you very much.